Oke lah, halo semuanya, selamat datang kembali di channel ini. Baiklah, kita akan melanjutkan kembali perjalanan Louis De Rechet untuk mencari ibunya di game The Council. Oke, terakhir aku gagal 2 kali konfrontasi ya. Yang pertama itu dengan Elizabeth, lupa namanya, Elizabeth Adams ya. Salah. Karakter, bukan, jurnal. Yang pertama adalah gagal menggali informasi dari dia, katanya dia itu mengenali ibu kita lah, seperti itu. Dan kedua itu kita akan konfrontasi dengan Napoleon Bonaparte, yaitu ini ya, letnan di tentara Prancis lah. Katanya dia itu ingin memberikan proposal ke Golden Order ya, ke ke tempat kerjaku lah dan ibu kita di Louis itu, untuk mendanai perangnya dia lah, kayak gitu. Dan kemudian kemarin bertemu orang baru deh pas perjamuan makan ya, saya ingatku ya, yaitu ini von Warner, yaitu siapa ini, Minister of Religion, yaitu menteri keagamaan ya, di Perusian, dimana itu kurang tahu juga sih aku. Bagi yang kalian tahu ya, tolong beritahu lah, komen di bawah. Oke, dan ini dari Peru Jacques, ini katanya ini father of revolutionary, bapak revolusi ya. Kurang tahu juga sejarah-sejarah di sana. Oke, seperti itu. Dan terakhir kita menemukan ruang rahasia ya, dimana ruang rahasia itu ada Emily, tidak Jess. Oke, dan sekarang aku harus meng-search atau mencari-cari petunjuk dulu deh. Oke, dan coba hampir lupa, coba cari petunjuk dulu. Oke, pertama
I found an amazing ring. There's an inscription engraved on it.
apa ini? Waduh, tanya Emily pura-pura mempropos atau menawarkan ring ya. Ya, terlalu lama. Oke, cek dulu lah. Aduh, belum bisa. Butuh skill yang menakjubkan. Ya tolonglah, bermain ini skillku harus diasah terlebih dahulu. Kita coba tanya Emily ya, tapi coba pakai devil horn deh, mungkin tahu. Katanya sih si devil horn ini apa ya, bisa menunjukkan imunitas atau kelemahan atau kekebalan ketika kita itu mempersuasi karakter ya. Oke, coba persuasi tidak acis.
Carry on searching.
Belum bisa. Oke, aku disuruh cek lagi dong. Oke. Oh, apa ini? Kulit emas.
A golden fleece.
It's freezing. Hurry up.
Do you think that can really be Jason's golden fleece?
Oh,
No, you are aware that Jason and the Argonauts is a myth, aren't you?
But Mortimer's been protecting this hide. It must be of great value, don't you think?
Certainly of historical value. This kind of hide is still used by gold diggers in Eastern Europe. Now you see how easy it is to obtain a legend.
apa ini lagi?
Why do you have to act so nonchalant every time I show you something?
Louis, anyone can kill a sheep, rip off its hide, and say it's the golden fleece.
We're at Lord
Sarkas
Mortimer's,
banget.
not at some farmyard fair. You're just too skeptical.
And you have a tendency to believe anything. Talk
Okay.
about an unlikely pair.
Yet, you know opposites attract, don't you?
Oke, katanya ini palsu dong, katanya Emily dong. Siapapun bisa menguliti ya. Ini seperti kulit apa? Kambing katanya, terus dicat emas. Gak tahu juga sih.
An
Oke, kita
unofficial
lanjutkan.
gospel? You'd be more likely to find this kind of book at the Vatican.
Nothing special. The library at Buckingham has 3.
Oke, mana lagi nih?
How did the English manage to get their hands on them?
Ini aja
When
nih.
someone wants to attract the attention of the world's leading power, somehow the gifts just pour in.
You wouldn't have gone to the Vatican recently, would you?
Are you calling me a thief?
Certainly not. Never entered my mind.
Oke. Sudah nggak ada lagi kok. Ada lagi kah? Ada pistol, pisau, apa lagi tuh? Kolektor gaib. For what? Ada sesuatu lagi kah? Oh, nggak ada. Aku mau yang ring tadi lah. Aku mau pura-pura melamar ini ya. Melamar si Duchess. Oke. Kita harus cari-cari sesuatu lagi. Aduh, Duchess-nya menghalangi si Emily. Oke, cek dulu lah. Sepertinya ada sesuatu di sini ya. Oke, nanti dulu. Aku mau ngecek sebelah sana dulu lah. Di sini juga ada. Kolektor koin.
Amber crystals.
Amber crystal. Ada pedang. Coba.
You should see this sword, Emily. It's magnificent.
I'm busy. Describe it to me.
Apa ya? Coba ini aja deh.
This weapon is typically French, quite old. Undoubtedly goes back to the Crusades. If it is a true damask sword, it's worth more than a kingdom.
Damask sword. King Arthur lah, coba ya.
I think this is Excalibur, King Arthur's sword.
Excalibur.
I've always
Selebihnya
dreamt of
kurang
drawing
tahu.
it from the stone.
How sweet. You're still clinging to your boyhood dreams. When you finished playing, maybe you can help me search the place?
Iya. Oke. Bener apa enggak tahu juga sih. Sabar. Aduh.
Here's something interesting. A manor in Maine. Hundreds of acres of land in Catalonia. Properties in Shanghai.
Oke.
Incredible. Some of these deeds are over 600 years old. And all signed by the hand of Mortimer.
I wonder if that's what inspired my mother's attention. How come all these documents have Mortimer's signature on them?
Do you think all these properties really belong to him?
Aduh. Assume falsification.
These documents must be fakes. No man can own that many original works, no matter how rich he is.
Be careful. The Order has tried many times to estimate his personal wealth without ever succeeding.
And look here. Castles in Scotland, vineyards in Italy,
Oh.
districts in Venice. He's richer than some European countries.
These documents are intriguing, but do you really think that's what attracted your mother's attention here?
Ya kurang tahu juga
I don't
sih.
know. She was obsessed with Mortimer, and I must confess these property deeds are troubling.
If that's the case, why would she have left them?
Oh.
Once again, I don't know.
Oke, fokus dulu.
We'll have to ask her when we find her. And what's your take?
Ini aja coba.
Mortimer's collection is unique, isn't it?
That's an understatement. No doubt he has a major passion for
Oh,
history
salah
and
lagi dong.
fine art. Or getting
Kurang.
gifts.
If each time
Bahasa
Mortimer
Inggrisku
does someone
kurang
a favor,
bagus.
they reward him with a priceless gift, that means he must have helped nearly everybody in the world. I wonder why my mother didn't make it clear what she was interested in here.
She didn't have time to write it down, or maybe she wasn't sure of what she was looking for.
Or she wanted to protect her discoveries. It's disturbing.
You'll just have to search the rest of the room. Maybe you'll find something.
Oke. Jadi ini semua katanya dokumen-dokumen ini adalah kayak dokumen tanah lah, tanah atau bangunan miliknya Dr. Mortimer ya. Banyak banget, Pak. Katanya Dr. Mortimer ini ya, pria terkaya lah. terkaya di seluruh Eropa sini lah. Lebih ya pokoknya kayak gitu. Dan aku mengasumsikan bahwa dokumen-dokumen itu palsu lah. Dia malsukan dokumen-dokumen itu lah. Kurang lebih seperti itu. Tapi itu katanya sepertinya si Emily itu yang bukan menyebabkan ibu kita kesini ya, terobsesi dengan Dr. Mortimer ya. Ada sesuatu yang lain nih. Apakah itu? Saya juga kurang tahu. Ini apa lagi nih? Oh,
What
selesai.
is that you found?
A cameo pendant.
Kami pendant. Buat apa itu?
What's going on?
Nothing.
For crying out loud, Emily, you lunged for that jewel like your life depended on it. Tell me what this is about.
No.
Oh,
I can't trust
ada
a man
satu.
who sneaks into my room in the middle of the night.
Are you really gonna use that against me every time we meet?
It's difficult to pretend nothing happened.
Oke.
We just met, Louis. I like you, but I can't just suddenly open myself up like a book to you.
Listen, Emily. It seems pretty obvious to me that you haven't come here for the sole purpose of sampling Mortimer's cellar. Stop all the clever evasions and just trust me.
And why the
Waduh,
hell should I
confrontation.
place my
Ayo,
trust in
ayo.
you, Louis?
Aduh. Because I trust you. Gini aja deh.
Mortimer's letter, my mother's message in the book, the golden order. What more do you need as proof of my goodwill?
I freely admit that my wary side does get the better of me sometimes.
Wary? Yeah, like a wild animal.
Don't exaggerate.
But that's what I like about you.
I'll admit you
Oke,
are fairly
coba
reliable.
kita konfrontasi
That's
lagi.
it?
Semoga
I
bisa.
was expecting more.
Well, I'm prepared to trust you when it comes to choosing a French cheese, but I've nothing to gain by confiding in you any further than that.
Nothing to gain?
Aduh.
Damn it, Emily. I'm only trying to help you. Stop needing to gain something all the time.
Ya,
Because you think I need help?
Just like everyone, you have your strengths and your weaknesses, and there's no use pretending otherwise.
oke.
And I bet you found out where I'm weak, haven't you?
Aduh. Ah,
You
Coba.
think your scathing wit protects you, but in fact, it makes you blind. No sooner have people introduced themselves and you
lebih ke
already see them in
psikologi.
a bad light. You play the part of a strong woman, and yes, you are a strong woman, of course. But what I see is a
Lebih ke
sensitive young
psikologi.
lady who lacks self-confidence. Stop adopting a defensive posture, and you'll see just how quickly new doors will open.
Bisa nggak?
There is some truth to what you say. I might have some weaknesses, but I don't need your help to overcome them. And I'm simply not contemplating collaborating with anyone at this time.
Fokus
Do you
dulu.
understand?
She take order from coba ini aja. She take order from someone. She has a partner.
Yes, it's perfectly clear. You're already working with someone.
Ah, well spotted, Louis.
Oh bener,
I already have a work partner.
dia punya partner.
I know my weaknesses. I don't doubt that your abilities will be of use to me. But I already have all that, thanks to my teammate.
Nah, siapa
Is there
teammate-nya
any
ini?
chance you might tell me who he is?
No, I've already said too much. Consider yourself lucky I've even given you this much. It's extremely rare, believe me.
Come
Ini
on, don't
ini
stop
terakhir
now that
ini.
you've come this
Semoga
far.
bisa
You know that eventually I'll end up making you talk.
mengkonfrontasi
Well,
Emily
since
untuk
no one can
membantu kita
resist
lah.
you, let's see if you can guess who my partner is.
You're a gambler. So, your partner is...
Setauku ini deh, laki-laki kayaknya sih. Bukan. Member of the order. Aduh, siapa ya? Gak tahu. Coba ya, member of the order ya. Atau kembali. Aduh, butuh 4 gak punya. Kalau woman siapa? Ibuku. Oh, ya.
It's as obvious as it is surprising. You're my mother's hard-hitting partner.
Oh, God, do you really believe the nonsense that comes out of your mouth?
Well,
Oh, salah.
a second ago I did. A little.
Sorry, Louis, your mother is not my partner.
Kukira ibu kita. Oke, tinggal 3 lagi. Siapa? Bukan cewek kok. Coba ya. Kalau laki-laki itu suaminya? Bukan, kayaknya bukan suaminya deh. Mungkin ini ya, member of the order.
Chances are, you're working with a member of the Order.
The only members of the Order other than ourselves are your mother and Mr. Washington. The former has sadly gone missing. As for the latter, I knew nothing of his arrival. Incidentally, you must have noticed how inefficiently our Order
Ya
communicates
ampun,
internationally.
tetap salah, ya ampun. Siapa dong? Ya, tinggal 2 lagi. Tapi nggak tahu ayahnya atau suaminya ya. Coba deh, ngasal deh.
Your father. The force of youth combined with the wisdom of ancestors.
I never knew my father, and it'll be better for him if I never do find him.
Ya ampun,
I
kurang
thought
tahu.
you'd figured out I was an orphan.
No, but please forgive me. I didn't know.
Coba ya. Coba siapa? Her sister, my mother, her mother. Coba adiknya deh. Terakhir ya. Nggak tahu ini bener apa enggak.
Your sister. She's your partner. She's the one you're looking for.
Well, I am impressed. How the devil did you guess I had a sister? Virtually no one even knows. When it comes to getting results,
Lost
I'm
change.
good. I grant
Itu
you that.
nyata.
You deserve to know why the sight of the cameo pendant affected me so strongly. I thought it belonged to Emma, my twin sister.
Oh. Now I get why you said you had a memory for 2.
Yes, you can't imagine to what extent, though. As children, everyone got us mixed up. So one day we decided to play along. Since then, we have become one and the same. We have officially erased the identity of my sister Emma. Emily Hillsborough, the woman with 2 faces.
Clever. But isn't it complicated? How do you make it work?
One of us has no existence in the outside world. We share everything. First for one, then for the other. We dress the same, wear the same makeup, we speak the same. We've learned to act as one. When we accept a mission, we both turn up. This time, though, she went ahead and I was meant to wait for her on the mainland. She was meant to meet Sir home and bring back the details so we could work out who would follow up.
And there was a problem?
She was supposed to return from Mortimer's 1 week ago. The boat turned up at Plymouth, but alas, no trace of my sister. Instead, a sailor passed me a message from home, notifying me of her sudden disappearance.
So, my mother and your sister go missing just a few days apart. That's strange. Maybe their disappearances are linked.
It's clearly a possibility, but up to now I haven't found a trace of either of them.
None of this is very reassuring.
By the way, Louis, now that you are in on the secret, you are
Okay.
obliged to keep it to yourself, or you will pay very dearly.
Don't worry. Your secret is safe with me.
It's time to leave.
Ya, lainnya belum aku ituin dong. Oke, sudah jadi. Ini keren. Saya melihat rahasianya dong. Sudah. Oke. Jadi si Emily itu punya ini ya, punya saudara kembar lah.
What do you think of our first adventure?
I must admit it has been fun by your side.
Same
Okay.
here.
Oke, sudah keluarin. Terus mana lagi nih? Emily. Oh, Elizabeth.
Oh,
Ya ampun.
she's been drinking too much again.
Louis, I need to talk to you right now.
Good evening, Elizabeth.
Ampun,
Actually,
tatonya.
this is not a good time.
I'm begging you, please don't leave me alone.
I'll be waiting for you in your room, but don't be late.
Oke, baiklah.
I was sure there was a certain je ne sais quoi between us.
Louis, we need to talk now. Otherwise it'll be too late.
Looks like Elizabeth really needs me, but if I start talking to her, for sure Emily won't wait for me. What should I do?
Aduh. Full Elizabeth. Kemarin kan Elizabeth kan memang itu ya. Kita coba join Elizabeth atau Emily ya. Pilihan sulit, tolong. Kalau si Elizabeth kan lebih membutuhkan bantuan kita, sedangkan si Emily itu ingin mengetahui lebih dalam tentang ini ya, tentang ibu kita gimana, itu gimana ya. Kemarin kan aku gagal ya untuk menggali informasi Elizabeth. Ya coba aja follow Elizabeth sih ya. Ya semoga bener sih. Oke, baiklah.
Sorry, Emily, but I can't leave Elizabeth like this. All right, Elizabeth. How can I help?
Thank you. Come on, follow me.
Ya ampun, tatonya Elizabeth loh. Full body.
I really need to talk to you, Louis, right now.
Does Lord Mortimer know the mess you've made of your room?
Listen to me, damn it! My days are numbered.
All right. What have you got on your mind now?
You've got to listen to what I have to say while there's still time.
Ya,
You need to know
kenapa?
the truth about your mother.
About my mother? What do you mean?
I saw her
Saw who? You saw my mother? When?
just last night. I went out to walk along the cliff top and I saw her in the distance. She
Okay.
tried to hide right away, but I'm sure it was her.
Are you saying you recognized my mother in the middle of the night while she was hiding?
Yes, Louis, I know it was her.
You just said she was far away, right?
Matanya merah
In the
juga
middle
dong.
of the night. And the exterior of the island isn't exactly well
Okay.
lit.
Listen, I'm telling you, it was her.
Coba lihat.
She doesn't hesitate on her answers. She's not trembling. She's really convinced of what she's seen. Did you talk to each other?
No, she was far away. I didn't make any noise, and then she was gone.
Have you told anyone you've seen her? Sir Holmes? Mortimer?
You don't understand. It's her. She's here.
Yes, I understand.
No, you're not listening. The moment I saw her, I was overcome by spasms. She's here. I'm telling you, it was her.
Iya.
Yes.
Sabar.
I need something to calm me down.
Mabuk deh. Reviews coba.
No thanks, I'd better not.
Listen, if you want me to tell you everything, you have to drink with me, Louis.
Aduh,
What I have
harus
to say to
minum.
you is of the utmost importance.
Oke, baiklah. Ku coba saja sih, ku coba ya.
I'll drink with you, but let's go easy on it, okay? I don't know where she gets her rot gut from, but frankly, it's disgusting.
You know, Louis, when I came here,
Oke.
it was in the hope of getting help.
Ya.
I've only just now realized that I've been drawn here into a trap.
Jebakan. Ada apa lagi?
Whoa, alcohol's gone to my head.
Udah cukup satu gelas saja. Jangan lebih.
Here, the condemned's last drink.
Reviews. I will stop here.
Elizabeth, alcohol never solves anything. I'm gonna stop now.
Listen up. You want to know what your mother was capable of, right? You want to know the reason why. Well, you're gonna have to follow me to the bottom of the abyss, Louis. Either drink or get out.
Get out aja ya.
No, I won't drink.
All right, Louis, then get the hell out of here. You're incapable of opening your eyes, so be it. Get out!
Ini sepertinya mabuk deh Elizabeth ini ya. Udah aku temani minum sekali, tapi Louis ini ya nggak kuat sama alkohol kayaknya sih. Ya sudahlah, yang penting berusaha menemani lah. Oke.
Why the hell did I go with Elizabeth?
Ya nggak apa-apa lah, kita bantu. Jadi sia-sia juga sih, kayaknya dia mabuk
I
deh.
could have spent the night with Emily, but no. I had to go play the night with a big heart. Oh well, never mind. Tomorrow's another day.
Kalau kita ngikutin dia mabuk kan. Teller paginya, tolong. Jangan bilang dapat penglihatan lagi. Nggak ada penglihatan lagi. Hah? Oke, ada yang ketok pintu. Iya.
Monsieur De Rechet, I am arresting you for the murder of Elizabeth Adams.
What the hell's going on?
You are in deep trouble, my young friend.
What? Hah? Ya ampun. Oke, mana yang harus kudahulukan untuk meningkatkan linguistic diversion? Coba diversion. Ini juga bisa bantu untuk mengelak-ngelak lah. Sotoy aja sih. Erudition. Ada 2 lagi. Conviction. Oke, itu dulu. Valid. Ya ampun. Ya. Selesai. Oke, itu untuk episode 1 ya. Terus kemudian episode kedua ya. Kelima. Dimanakah ibuku? Oke, kita mulai.
How many times must I tell you? You must never put your life on the line for me.
Mother has always had a fascination for Lord Mortimer,
Tangannya.
but has never wanted to tell me why.
We are doing our utmost to find your mother as quickly as possible. Without your mother, hundreds of men of the cloth would have gone to the guillotine.
All I can tell you is I'm looking for my sister.
Do you believe your mother capable of torturing a child?
An agreement
Okay.
for cannons. Lord Mortimer assured me that you are to take over
Napoleon
the project
Bonaparte.
on behalf of your mother.
Johann Christoph von Wulm,
Ini
Minister of
Von
Religious
Wolner.
and Jacques Peroux, French Revolutionary Tribunal Judge. You'll find that Lord Mortimer is not what one would call conventional, Monsieur De Rechet. Monsieur De Rechet, I am arresting you for the murder of Elizabeth Adams.
Inikah baru dimulai? Aku bisa mengequip 2 ini ya. Psikologik sudah, conviction sama manipulation aja deh. Nggak bisa. Attitude nggak, psikologik. Ya, itu dulu ya. Oke. Lord Mortimer Office. Ya ampun, ya ampun. The Council. Episode kedua.
Last we meet, Monsieur De Rechet.
Hide and
Do you
seek.
mind if I call you Louis?
Please do.
Thank you. I wish to apologize wholeheartedly, Louis. I made you cross the seas, and I wasn't even here to welcome you. When I
Okay.
asked you to join us here, it was, of course, in the hope that you would help us find your mother. But an act of horrific violence occurred
Lord
during the
Mortimer
night,
akhirnya bertemu.
and I do not know if this is linked to the disappearance of Sarah.
Hah?
If there's a possible link to my mother, I hope you'll let me know.
In the early hours of the morning, Elizabeth Adams was found dead in her room, savagely mutilated with a knife.
Dimutilasi pakai pisau.
I'll
Ya
get straight to
ampun.
the point, Louis. According to the initial elements at my disposal, you were the last person to see her alive.
Aduh,
Yes,
iya
last
dong.
night we. Do you suspect me?
I want you to tell me everything that happened last night
Okay.
and leave nothing out. Tell me, how did the evening begin?
Ini aja deh.
Duchess Hillsborough and I were returning to our rooms when Elizabeth came up to us. She was in a state of panic and insisted that she needed to speak to me. She said she feared for her life. I took my leave of the Duchess and followed Elizabeth to her room.
Continue.
She insisted we have a drink, without which she refused to confide anything.
What exactly did she want to speak about?
Oke, berarti ini aja deh.
About my mother. She had just found out that I was Sarah De Rechet's son. Elizabeth wanted to tell me about the horrors my mother apparently inflicted on her.
Finding out that your own parents had always lied to you. Well, that must not have been an easy thing to hear. But do go on.
I refused to go on drinking with her. She already seemed drunk and her conversation became confused. So, then she ordered me to get out. If only I'd stayed.
Don't blame yourself, Louis. How could you have known? But thank you for this new information. Louis, I shan't hide the fact that this tragedy puts me in a very delicate situation. I cannot risk upsetting the smooth operation of our next conference. But the case cannot remain unaddressed.
I understand. What do you intend to do?
I must reassure my guests, and justice will be done. And for that to happen, I must ask for your help.
Why is that?
You met Elizabeth. You spoke together, I believe. She trusted you. Listen, Louis. Find out who could have committed this murder. I refuse to believe that one of my guests is the murderer. I want to know who is responsible for this. And I trust you. You have my backing. You must stop at nothing. Can I count on you?
Of course. How would you like me to proceed?
Maybe you could start by going to the scene of the crime. Elizabeth was attacked in her room.
Detail in this tragedy.
Can you tell me anything else about what happened?
Now, Louis, I wouldn't want to influence you. Get over there and form your own opinion.
Coba.
Do you have any suspects in mind, my lord?
I spent most of the night talking with Sir Gregory and His Eminence Piaggi. So
Gregory.
I think you can remove them from the list of suspects. Monsieur Bonaparte and President Washington left the party after midnight, I believe. They were tired and went up to bed.
Oke, terima kasih.
Right. I'll get over there immediately.
Thank you,
Kok
Louis.
Dr. Mortimer ya?
Now, once you've finished, come
Lord
back and let
Mortimer.
me know your findings. I'll be
Okay.
waiting.
Oke, terima kasih.
And Louis, you've got permission to search through the guests' rooms. They've all been notified and they agree.
Oke. Jadi inilah baru habis dari misteri ibu kemudian pembunuhan ya. Akhirnya yaitu Elizabeth Adams mati dimutilasi oleh pisau. Dan terakhir kan kita bersama dia sih yang malam-malam itu ya. Dia disuruh mabuk. Untung keluar ya. Tapi kita belum bisa keluar dari dugaan tersangka ya. Jadi kita harus membantu si Lord Mortimer itu untuk menyelidiki kasus pembunuhan inilah. Seperti itu. Dan kita sudah mencapai episode 2 ya. Terakhir itu episode 1 ya. Yaitu kita disuspek atau dituduh sebagai tersangka dalam pembunuhan Elizabeth Adams lah. Oke. Jadi ya cukup sekian dulu untuk video kali ini ya. Nggak lama-lama sih, pusing juga sih. Aduh, ternyata aku salah ya. Yang lebih baik aku kemarin join Emily ya di saat malam itu ya, daripada join Elizabeth Adams itu. kalau menurutku sih si Elizabeth Adams itu kayak ada terkena gangguan mental kayak gitulah, seperti itulah, akibat dari mungkin akibat masa kecilnya, akibat dari perilaku orang tuanya mungkin. Kan katanya kan di terakhir di video gameplay kan kalian bisa mengetahui bahwa ayahnya itu mengabaikan dia, dan dia ditinggal oleh ini ya, oleh ibu kandungnya lah. Jadi dia itu katanya dirawat oleh ibu kita, si Sarah. Tapi si Sarah itu ya juga kejam dengan si Elizabeth Adams itulah. Jadi kemungkinan dia ada gangguan mental ya, kukira seperti itu. Dan akhirnya kita bertemu dengan pemilik manor ya, yaitu ini Dr. Mortimer dan pelayan-pelayannya itu. Oke, dan sekarang kita harus menyelidiki kasus pembunuhan Elizabeth Adams. Oke, di next video gameplay ya. Oke, terima kasih sudah menonton video kali ini. Mohon dukungannya dengan mengklik like, share, dan subscribe. Dan jangan lupa komen ya mengenai gameplay ini, mengenai channel ini, atau merekomendasi game-game dari kalian ya. Oke, terima kasih dan sampai jumpa. Bye bye.